The world had never seen a birth like this one, because it was not the birth of fire or war. Still, Eliana's birth was of peace and balance, a unique event in a world dominated by eternal conflict. For millennia, Talon, the god of the sun, and Calyx, the bringer of storms, had fought their eternal battle, each for supremacy over the sky above and the land beneath. Their struggle had scarred the earth, leaving a world constantly pulled between. Their battle had left the world cracked, pulled this way and that by Talon's blazing sun and Calyx's storms, mountain ranges pushed and sheared by the incessant struggle, rivers expanding and shrinking in unrelenting alternation. The land pulled one way, and then the other pulled into the never-ending war. The fierce fires of Talon's sun and the wind's capricious rages when mountains trembled under tremors and rivers rose and fell at will. The wraiths of nature ruffled the cord that joined mountains to forests, to rivers to the plains. On one momentous day, fighting ceased, not from surrender, but something neither God had foreseen. Maybe the exhaustion of their endless battle or forces beyond their godly understanding had willed it so. It seems their powers aligned for the first time in living memory. Talon's harsh rays softened, bathing the earth in a warm, nurturing light, rather than the scorching heat that had, perhaps it was the fatigue of their endless contest, or else some divine purpose beyond them, for their energies, for the first time in living memory, worked in harmony. Talon's glare softened. The blue sky that used to burn and blister lowered itself to bathe the planet in warmth and comfort, a liquid silver glow that nourished the soil with subtle dew instead of scorching like before. Calyx's storms, which were meant to rage and rip everything to shreds, withdrew their fury. The wind, which used to howl up tempests like crazed typhoons, motion slowed to a murmur, a gentle meander, the rustle of a breeze sighing through and over everything, dried the soil. Calyx's storms, usually fierce and destructive, withdrew their fury. The howling wind forced its way through the world, leaving lanes of destruction, and became nothing more than a whisper of wind, a sigh of relief blowing across the land. Filled for ages before with the rolling mists of Calyx's gales and the glaring light of Talon's sun, the sky had now split open to endless serene blue. Once trodden by feet, tensed with the fear of imminent destruction, the air was motionless for the first time in generations. The air, always charged with the tension of impending disaster, was still for the first time in generations. Scarred and fatigued from the gods' endless rivalry, the land lay in a serene silence. In a profound peace, in fear of breaking the fragile harmony, even the animals and trees seemed to pause, as if it was in this rare moment of cosmic balance. Eliana was created. Eliana was a being of peace, unlike two gods who came before her, born of fire, fury, and judgment. When Eliana was created, there was no fanfare of storms or the roar of an angry sun. Instead, it was quiet and peaceful like the first bloom of spring after a long, harsh winter. The earth welcomed her. So used to trembling under the weight of divine conflict, with a stillness that spoke of hope, of renewal. She was the embodiment of the counterbalance the world yearned for. From the moment she took her first breath, the land seemed to stir with new life. Flowers bloomed where none had dared to grow, rivers ran clear and steady, and the air, so long filled with the smell of fire and rain, carried the fresh scent of earth and new beginnings. Not only a symbol of peace, Eliana was the promise of a world where all the elements could coexist, a world where those who dwelled in it, lives, was no longer dictated by the harsh extremes of fire and flood by the others. Talon and Calyx, bound by their eternal feud, could never fully understand her. To them, power was measured in dominance, in how much control they could exert over the world. But Eliana's strength was different. She was not meant to conquer or to command. She was born to heal, to restore the balance that had been lost. Where the gods saw the land as a battlefield, she saw it as a garden waiting to be tended with care.